There's a power most men never see, the quiet influence in the smallest movements. You're not trying to impress, yet she notices. As Marcus Aurelius said, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Your presence leaves an imprint, without a word. Women notice more than what you say. They watch your eyes, your shoulders, the rhythm of your breath. Often, these subtle gestures bypass logic and reach emotion. The slow head tilt. Simple, yet it shows curiosity, presence, trust. The same movement a child makes when seeking. Connection, triggering a deep sense of safety. Done naturally, it says, I see you. You have my attention. Presence is rare, and rare is attractive. The single eyebrow raise, the micro-challenge. Playful, confident, it invites a subtle game of intrigue. Seneca said, fire is the test of gold. Adversity of strong men. This spark of challenge shows you're not here to please everyone. You have standards. A calm lean, not rushing into her space, but letting gravity pull you closer at the right moment. It says, I'm here with you. Just a couple inches closer, timed well, creates intimacy. Epictetus said, no great thing is created suddenly. Connection takes patience. Control is key. Each movement should be natural, born of awareness, not nervousness. Move with intention, and you create an atmosphere she remembers. These aren't tricks, they're self-mastery. A man with quiet confidence doesn't need to shout for attention. He commands it by being fully present. Is what draws her in. The jaw or chin touch, the silent thinker's signal. Without realizing it, many men do this when deep in thought, and women notice. It's not fidgeting, it's composed reflection. Fingers along the jaw draw subtle attention to one of the most masculine features, a trait women are biologically drawn to. From an evolutionary view, this gesture speaks of strength and awareness. When you touch your face thoughtfully while holding eye contact, it feels like we're witnessing a moment of insight. It's as if you've let us into your private thoughts. Christopher Canwell, in Atomic Attraction, notes that men who do this naturally seem more grounded and self-possessed. Epictetus taught, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. The man who pauses to think before speaking commands attention. His stillness becomes part of his presence. Most fear silence, rushing to fill every gap. But the man who pauses radiates control. Research from UCLA shows those who take that beat are perceived as more intelligent and trustworthy. The pause creates anticipation, making every word land heavier. It's the same principle Seneca hinted at when he said, it is quality rather than quantity that matters. Used by leaders and negotiators, it shows authority without aggression, slows your movements, anchors your energy, and makes your presence harder to ignore. Marcus Aurelius reminded us, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. B1. This gesture is a quiet embodiment of that. All these moves share one truth. They aren't acts you force. They're born from inner steadiness. Master your mind, and your body will speak for you. The one shoulder shrugged with a smirk. Flirtation distilled into a single frame. The shrug says, I'm relaxed. The smirk says, I know something you don't. Together, they create playful tension that draws her in without pressure. Dominic Mann, in Flirt Like a Pro, calls it a push-pull dynamic, a balance between approachability and intrigue. Seneca wrote, the man who has anticipated the coming of troubles takes away their power when they arrive. This gesture carries the same wisdom. You're unbothered, steady, and not seeking approval. You're showing you can be light-hearted without losing composure. Then there's the eye contact with a half smile, a shared secret across the room. This is controlled emotion, warmth without full exposure. Neuroscience tells us this can trigger phenylethylamine, the chemical that gives the rush of infatuation. Done well, it's like whispering without sound. I see you, and only you, Marcus Aurelius said. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. In that moment, your thoughts are entirely on her, and she feels it. Finally, the space-claiming gesture, resting an arm over a chair, a relaxed stance leaning back while speaking. This is primal. It signals comfort and self-possession. Epictetus taught, no man is free who is not master of himself. owning. Your space without arrogance is exactly that. Mastery over yourself. Stillness makes all of these even more powerful. The less you fidget, the more your presence expands. You don't chase attention. You create it by simply being grounded. And in a world full of noise, that silence is irresistible. The subtle corner, lip bite quick, almost instinctive yet powerful. When paired with eye contact, it's often an unconscious sign of heightened interest. It draws attention without words, a mix of vulnerability and intrigue.
All the Stoics would
Remind us, as Seneca said, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Notice it, but don't let imagination outrun the facts. One gesture is just a piece of the whole picture. Then there's the collarbone touch, or playing with a necklace. The collarbone is a delicate, visually striking area, and touching it while looking at you can be a subconscious invitation. Sometimes it's slow and deliberate. Other times, quick and unaware. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Observe always that everything is the result of change. See the change in her body language, but stay grounded." The choice to sit closer than necessary, especially in a group, is another clear signal. In social psychology, proximity is connection. Epictetus said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." In this context, it's a reminder not to overthink. Simply notice the comfort she shows by closing the space. Finally, the hand placed near yours, close enough that a single movement could bridge the gap. It's minimal, yet bold in its own way. It allows for touch without a word, giving you the choice to respond or not. As with all signals, patience and composure matter most. Respond with presence, not impulse. These moments are not about chasing hints. They're about reading the unspoken language of comfort and attraction and answering with quiet strength. Lowering her voice when you're alone? It's not just a change in volume. It's an unspoken shift in intimacy. A softer, slower tone draws you into a smaller world where the conversation feels personal, intentional. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Observe always that everything is the result of change. Recognize the change in her voice, and you'll recognize the change in the moment." This slower cadence often signals comfort and connection. It's not forced. It's the natural rhythm of someone who wants to stay in the moment. Epictetus said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." Matching her pace and tone shows you're present with her, not rushing ahead. Then there's the subtle corner lip play, not the obvious bite, but a gentle catch at the edge, or the way she traces it with her tongue. When this happens mid-conversation, especially after you've said something meaningful or teasing, it's often a sign of heightened awareness. Seneca's words, "Fit here, he who is brave is free." Confidence in these moments means holding the connection without overplaying it. Touching her collarbone or necklace while looking at you can also be a subconscious invitation. This gesture often pairs with steady eye contact, creating a moment that feels both delicate and deliberate. In Stoic practice, you observe without assumption. One gesture doesn't tell the whole story, patterns do. The key in all these moments is composure. You're not chasing the sign. You're acknowledging it silently, letting her feel that you understand the language she's speaking. Without a single word, quiet awareness is often more powerful than any line you could deliver. The gentle touch near your hand, it's one of the most understated yet powerful invitations. She's not grabbing or clinging. She's placing her hand close enough for connection to happen naturally. It's a physical opening, subtle, yet deliberate, Epictetus taught. Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens. Her hand's position is in your power to notice. How you respond is your choice. This act often carries plausible deniability. If you respond, it feels organic. If not, she can move away without awkwardness. The key is to watch for proximity and duration. If her hand stays there, relaxed and open, it's rarely an accident. When paired with other signs, a softer voice, leaning in, steady eye contact, this gesture becomes almost a direct yes without words. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." In these moments, being that man means responding with calm confidence, not rushing or forcing. Stillness here is strength. You're not flinching away, nor are you pouncing. You're holding the space, letting her feel safe to close the gap. Herself, Seneca's wisdom applies. It is the power of the mind to be unconquerable. Your composure is the message that you can be close without demanding, present without pressing. In the end, this is the essence of attraction through presence. You don't need to take every opening instantly. You just need to be the man who sees it, honors it, and lets the connection grow on its own.